Did you like that owl bear I sent you?
I did. It's horrifying that it can fly now. But that's fine. What's the
I
worst
mean,
that can
Make it
happen?
fly?
it's
They can fly
inside
now.
in a locked corridor. So I mean, it can
That
only fly to get its wing attack.
can
It's
only
still
fly to catch its prey.
Mhm.
I'm sure it'll be fine. No children were harmed in the making of this owl bear.
But it's
Oh,
funny
dear.
because Felis's character made that owl bear. He just doesn't know it yet. Because he was an artificer and it was his job for this production where this owl bear puppet got corrupted. He was the one who made it. That's why it's resistant to thunder damage.
Nice.
Because he uses thunder gauntlets.
The
That's why.
thunder.
And then it's like it's gotta be a beefy owl bear. Like owl bears are cool, but everybody knows how to fight an owl bear.
Stay away from the mouth, hands, claws.
The whole
Stay away
whole
from it,
body.
really.
I even gave it a resistance because I think that monsters should have resistances. At least some of them.
They should.
And this one is corrupted, so it's like radiant damage.
And the sign of a good GM is always modifying the monsters because people like to metagame and look up the stats and be like, "Why is it doing this?" And it's like, because you're not supposed to be looking at it, you jerk.
Why are you doing this to me?
Every time you look, it gains 10 hit points in the regeneration feat.
Hell yeah,
Wait, it has regeneration?
it does now.
I should really turn off this Jacksepticeye video.
Why is this troll not losing its regeneration to fire? Because it's not that kind of troll. Welcome to death.
Because it's a fire troll.
It's a fire troll.
Its weakness isn't fire, it's something else. Figure it out.
Weakness is poppy seed.
There was one game that had where the trolls had weaknesses, but like specific weaknesses. Like each one would have a different elemental weakness, so you had to figure out what kind of troll it was.
That's the best way to do it.
I miss the monsters actually having vulnerabilities.
Yeah.
Like, they all have some kind of resistance, but very few of them actually have resistances, like vulnerabilities. They have resistances, but not vulnerabilities, so it's like, they should. Maybe not all of them, but more than what does.
I know one does, but I can't think of any others to do.
I could never keep straight between that wandering plant heap, whatever it's called, and
Shambling Mound?
yeah, and there was something else because one of them was resistant to fire, vulnerable to lightning, or essentially healed by lightning, and the other one was exactly the opposite. This is a D&D sort of way back 1979, 1982 kind of era. Back in the day of Gygax having to deal with Monty Hall players.
Speaking of players, hello, it's our beautiful faces. Here we are, we live. It's time again for Wild Beyond the Witchlight. This is us. I'm Rindis. We have a sponsor. It's Grinding Coffee Co. They make delicious coffee that you guys should take a look at using our discount code PartyWipeGains for 10% off all purchases. And not just like a one-time thing. You can use it anytime you need coffee. So I highly encourage you to just get more coffee in your life, in your mouth.
Use the discount.
All the time. Use the discount. That being said, we'll just do our roll call once again. So it's who you are, who you're playing, and we'll go down the line. Starting with me, and then we'll circle back to Shae at the end. Hi, I'm Rindis. I am going to be playing Zashir, the Way of the Open Palm monk. They use they, them pronouns. On to Dido, the beautiful ass.
Hello, I'm Dido. I'm actually a depressed ass. Thank you very much. And
I know what
will
I
be,
said.
and I will be playing Cinder, your Fire Genasi Hexblade Paladin.
And Stefan.
Following on from the suitably hot Cinder is the suitably short ancient Uncle Constantine forest gnome ranger, along with the light of his life, Shiny the Briganock.
And last but never least on the player side, Dougler.
Hi, I'm Dougler93. I'm playing the Changeling Wizard Chell, who's very low on spells. We'll see how this next session goes.
See how this goes. Buckle up. Alrighty. And of course, our beautiful dungeon mistress is Shae.
Hello, everybody. I'm Shae, and I am going to be the dungeon mistress, literally playing everybody else in this Wild Beyond the Witchlight campaign. So, to give us a quick little catch-up on what happened last time, y'all had killed the second hag, like right off the bat, before Cradlefall, their pet dragon, carried them off, and proceeded to rescue a few children, and then a few more, and make a bargain with Pincushion, a living doll that is not happy to be here, but is here nonetheless. And as part of their bargain, they would tell you where the treasure is hidden, which they have done, and you would provide them new children to teach the arts of witchcraft and boiling other children alive.
That was not the deal to do that. That was Shell's deal for the treasure, and it had nothing
I
to do
traded a
with
card. That's a uniquely magical item.
That's going to go over well when they figure out what that is.
Hey, it's a very unique magical item. That's how I sold it to her.
You wanted them to guide you through the through Loomlarch.
Yes, unscathed, and get the children out.
Yep. So
That was the deal. That was Cinder's deal. Had nothing to do with treasure.
But yes, we will pick up there. You all had just guided 3 more children outside before making your way upstairs.
Making our way.
Make him away.
And that's where we leave off.
Just remember to speak up.
And that's where we leave off.
All right.
Still have you have just ascended the stairs in the first tree tower within Loomlarch, and come upon a set of doors.
Pincushion, what's in here? I don't remember if she said.
That is. That's the dormitory. It's where the children get their sleep.
I will knock on the door, since there's supposed to be children in there.
You knock. The moment passes a while before you hear just quiet footfalls and the door cracks open and you see a small human boy who just kind of like peeks out through the crack narrows his eyes at seeing everyone. Up here in this dormitory, nestled in the tree boughs, there are round windows overlooking a wooden balcony, and lining the walls are 10 child-sized bunks outfitted with patchwork quilts and straw-stuffed pillows. Around the corner, which you might be able to see, you do see there is a young male dwarf laying on one of the bunks, coughing and drenched in sweat, while the other boy, the human child, has a wet rag, and you see a water bucket by the side of the bed.
Do you mind if my friends and I come in?
Kind of. He seems to be like watching you very closely before his eyes fall on Pincushion, and then immediately looks away and just backs up. Okay.
What's the matter with this one?
When you ask, the boy, looking up, kind of like just hisses a shh. He's really weak. I don't know. He's sick. He ate something from Granny Nightshade's garden. And then Pincushion kind of speaks up and says, "Serves him right, ungrateful child, trying to be greedy with the food."
She's just gonna kind of poke the tip of the doll's nose with her Krampus staff. I would suggest you keep it down.
Doll narrows its eyes.
My medicine is not the greatest, but I'm gonna see if I can find out what's wrong with him. Because knowing the Feywild, ingesting many flora could make you sick and it not be lethal, but... Oh, I didn't mean to whisper it. No, I don't know anything. Innate.
You're not sure. He's definitely sick, but you can't really figure out what exactly the illness is.
Could I cast guidance on myself and try?
Sure.
Medicine. Oh, roll. Oh dear.
10.
10.
With the assistance of guidance, you study him a little bit before recognizing that he is quickly losing consciousness, kind of like flitting in and out. And you get the sense that this may be some type of poison.
Well, I think he's poisoned, but I don't really have very much experience with poison, so I don't know what to do.
Cinder's gonna kneel down next to the bed and place her ashen hand on his cheek and say, "Don't worry, child. The Summer Queen will guide you." And her hand flares with fire, like it starts coming out of some of the fissures in her hand. And I'm going to use 5 of my lay on hands because I can cure a disease or neutralize a poison.
Okay. So as you reach out and place a hand on this child, you feel another hand rest on top of your own, just briefly as you channel this magic, and you sense whatever toxins were in his body quickly begin to dissipate. This young dwarf begins to breathe a little bit easier, and before his eyes kind of like blink open a little bit.
I'll pull out my water skin to let them drink.
They kind of look up slowly, coming more and more self-aware before seeing the water, and they go, "Oh, hello," and noticing the water, quickly reach out and drink.
You should be a little more careful of what you eat.
Yeah, I guess. Who are you?
Just friends, here to help get you all out of here.
You notice as well the human boy who had been looking after him kind of relaxes a little bit.
We've already sent quite a few of the children to our mounts to get you to a safe place away from here.
The human boy kind of narrows his eyes again at that and says, We can't leave. Why would we want to leave?
Why would you want to stay here?
Kind of looks back and forth, looks to Pincushion again. Pincushion just like tilts their head, just like amused watching this play out. But
I was gonna move over and just step in front of Pincushion so it's
Don't-
out of their view.
Don't mind the doll.
We have a deal with the doll. You won't be in trouble.
I mean, we would if Granny Nightshade finds us. That's like Granny Nightshade.
She'd have to be alive for her to find you. And she's not anymore.
Make a persuasion check.
I mean, do we? As far as we know, she is dead.
Does that mean it's
Yeah.
still persuasion
But you
a
can
10?
you can make me a insight check as well, if you want.
Alright, time to change my dice already. That was a 10.
Yeah, 10's enough for now, especially with Pincushion there. But they kind of like look a little confused before the dwarf child pushes himself up and says, "Well, that's great, right? We can just go." The
Yes.
other boy says, "Where would we go? We don't have anywhere to go."
There are mounts outside that are going to take you to a safe place where you can go. I would tell you where, but she looks at Pincushion.
They
Just
say
know that it's safe. Zoom in face. Slow head tilt.
Seriously.
Yes, where are they going?
But they kind of look at each other. The dwarf starts to sit up and push himself out of bed, which quickly draws the other boy's attention, moving forward to help his friend. He still kind of like glances to you, less disbelieving and more maybe shocked that the hag is dead. But they start to move, and as they do, the dwarf child says, "It will we'll go outside. Pud, help me." And still kind of dizzy from maybe perhaps standing up too fast, being bedridden for however long. The human kind of takes one look back before saying, "If you're lying and the hag comes for us, I'm telling her that it was you."
By all means, definitely let her know it was me. You can tell her exactly where I am if you would like.
And the two of them begins to help them make their way out.
I'll take a look around the room, see if there are. I want to like check out the beds to see like how many of them are actually being used, and if there are any that are not being used, so I can kind of gauge how many children there might be left.
Okay. You count a total of 10 beds. So you get the sense that they might sleep at different intervals.
So there were the two here. Were there two or three in the workshop?
There were 3 in the initial workshop. That were one drow child, one halfling child, one human girl, and then there were two in the room below you. The young bugbear girl and another halfling boy, and then there's the human child and the dwarf child that you just rescued.